Hey, what's up, people? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Desmond Z, if this is the first time that you've ever seen me. So today's video doesn't really have a theme. I'm just talking about books that I recently read. It is the month of October, and I want to read a bunch of thrillers slash mysteries this month. You know, just to be in the mood, for spooky season. But I am also a mood reader, and me trying to make myself read specific things does not always work out for me. So I have decided to not force myself to do that. Otherwise, I'm going to end up reading something and I'm going to hate it. And I'm just going to come over here and complain and cuss the book out. So yeah, but let's talk about some books that I recently read. Here we go. Starting with Secret Identity. Secret Identity is about this woman named Carmen. Carmen where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? No, it's about Carmen Valdez. It is 1975, and she works for Triumph Comics, right? And they not as popular as Marvel and DC, but you know, Carmen need a job, and she wants to be a writer. She wants to, you know, write comics, create comics, blase, 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 right? She's a woman working in a male-dominated field, and they don't think she has what it takes. She's working as an assistant to like the head of Triumph Comics, and he doesn't think she has what it takes to be a writer. He continues to, you know, tell her, hey, shut up, get my coffee, bring my lunch, and do all these other things. Don't worry about trying to write because that ain't for you, girl. People who read comics, especially in 1975, they are, you know, at surface level seen to be nerds and outcasts, losers. So one would think this would be a welcoming community. But as we all know, even people who are ostracized can still very much be shitty people. Okay? So, you know, we have a bunch of men who to the rest of the world seem like losers. But then you have this woman coming in trying to create community with them, but they being assholes to her. Jackasses, dummies, ignorant buffoons who won't welcome her into this world just because she's a woman. So Carmen is close to fulfilling her dream of writing a superhero book. That dream is nearly a reality when one of the Triumph writers enlists her to help create a new character. And then, he's found dead. This is in a synopsis, so don't worry, it's not a spoiler. He's found dead, and now Carmen is desperate to piece together what happened to him to hang on to her piece of, you know, this work she's helped him create, which turns out to be a runaway hit. And then, you know, so blase, 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 mystery. This was boring. This was dry. I was not enjoying this, so I DNF'd it. I was halfway through. And I just decided not to force myself to finish this because for what? I don't have to, and I won't. But I think this might be for somebody else. There might be other people that enjoy this, but for me, it was not working. It was too slow. And our main character, I am not a pushover. I am a strong woman, and I know what I want. But you continue to be a pushover. It's like she's saying one thing, but then she's doing another. And I know that's how some people operate in real life, but it was annoying to me. And also, the author of this book is a man, and I understand what women say when they talk about men who have like female main characters. It's not 100% true because I've read plenty of books that I personally think are fantastic where the author was a man and the main character was a woman, or at least one of the main characters was a woman, and I thoroughly enjoyed them, my opinion. But this one, the character is a lesbian or at least bi, but she's into women, okay? And it just felt like a male fantasy to me. She didn't feel like a real person at times. It just felt like, you know, she was just a hot, sexy woman who was ready to get down and dirty with any other woman in the world. Like, everybody was lesbian. We were just all lesbians, and we was ready to bust it open and tangle our legs together up at any moment. And I was just like, it doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem real to me. And I was just like, So Secret Identity was not for me. The synopsis seemed like I was going to really enjoy it. The setup, it seemed really cool. I was into it. I don't read comic books, but this felt like a really cool way to like see into that world, and it just was not for me. I don't know how many times I can say that, but yeah, I'm done. Check out Secret Identity. You may like it. I did not. Nikki made this Motherless Land. I really enjoyed this book. This book comes out because I got this as an audio arc from Libro FM. Shout out to Libro FM. This book comes out October 29th, and this is about Funke. She is in Nigeria. She's like 9 or 10 years old. She loves her art teacher mother. She loves her professor father, and even her annoying little brother most of the time. It's 1978, I think, is present day. And after tragedy strikes, she has to leave Nigeria and go live with her mother's family in England. Once she gets there, she sees that these people are horrible. These people don't treat her right. Her aunt is a horrible woman. Her cousin, is it Dominic? Yeah, he was a horrible little boy. Her grandparents, they're cool, but they are very much head in the clouds. If I ignore all the things that are going on, then life will just be fine. So they ain't all that either. The only person she has to rely on is her cousin Olivia, who is known as Liv throughout the book. And so here she is, this young mixed race girl, but it's seen as black by the world, obviously, because the way she look. If you look black, they gonna think you black, and that's how they gonna treat you in this world. So she's here living with this family, and the only person that cares about her really is Olivia. And we go through the years of her just growing up, facing all these adversities. Hold on, because I'm forgetting stuff. Free-spirited Liv, who is a cousin, has always wanted to break free of her joyless family. She becomes fiercely protective of her little cousin, and her warmth and kindness give Funke a place to heal. So later in life, once they've gotten a little older, they're like 17 to 20, somewhere around there, another tragedy strikes and it tears them apart. So now everything has blown up again. And that's kind of all I can tell you, because if I say too much, then it gives away the story. This is a loose retelling of Mansfield Park by Jane Austen. I have not read that book, and so I didn't have anything to base it on, but I enjoyed this story. We talk about race, we talk about class, we talk about family. The aunt in this book was horrible. If I swear to God, I swear somebody needed to beat her ass. There needs to be another woman. You know what? I don't condone violence. But somebody should have thumped her ass. Somebody should have thumped her on the back of her neck. Just one good time. Just one good time. The aunt was a horrible woman who blamed everybody else for all her problems, and she had two parents who ignored everything that was wrong and was like, oh, well, if I pretend, racism doesn't exist, then, everything is fine. If I pretend my daughter isn't a horrible, greedy, money-hungry woman, then everything will be fine. If I pretend that my grandson is not a piece of shit-ass little boy, then everything will be fine. And so you have this whole family who's just all just effed up. And then Funke gets thrown into the middle of it, and she has to deal with it. I thoroughly enjoyed this book way more than I anticipated, and this came at the right time because this is when I realized, hey, maybe don't force yourself to try to read thrillers and mysteries. If you're not feeling it, just read what you want to, because that's how your brain works as a mood reader. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this. This was really good. There was a point in the story where we got too much of Liv, and I needed a little bit more of Funke. Okay? That's what I needed. I needed more of her, and it got to a point where I was just like, let's ease up on the Liv storyline, okay? Because we switched point of views back and forth between those two. But other than that, yeah, great book. Thoroughly enjoyed it. A Society of Lies. Now, this possibly could be more of a soft DNF. I may go back to this. I don't know. Society of Lies by Lauren Ling Brown. This is about someone named Maya who went to Princeton, and her little sister now attends Princeton. They are 10 years apart, and when Maya goes back, she's supposed to be going back to Princeton to see her sister graduate. Her sister ends up dead. And so now she has to figure out what happened to her sister. So we have 3 storylines here. We have Maya in the present, which is, I think is 2019 is present day. And then we have Maya in the past when she was there 10 years ago in school. And then we have the sister in the more recent past, like a couple, like maybe like 6 to 7 months before present day. So 3 storylines. And it just, I didn't care about it. I was reading and I was just like, and I really did not like the story, the little sister storyline. I just wasn't enjoying the other storylines. I pretty much only cared about the present day storyline with Maya, and the other 2 I did not care about. And obviously I need those to figure out what's going on, and I just didn't think I was gonna stick around for it. Maybe I'll come back to it. But I'm being really, really picky about how long I stay with a book, because I know people say, oh, stick with it, it might get better, it'll pay off in the end. I don't give a damn. I don't give a flying fuck. I don't care about no payoff in the end. I don't care about no payoff. I shouldn't have to put in that much work for a payoff in the end. That's not how it works for me. That ain't how it work over here. Okay, now there have been plenty of books where I've read it and then it turned out to be amazing. And I was like, oh wow, I'm glad I really stuck around. But I have to feel something. I have to feel something here. And something's gotta be going on up here where I tell myself, yeah, this might be worth it. If I don't feel like it's worth it, I'm not staying around. I ain't staying around. You can't keep me here. Okay? They try to make me stick around. I said, no, no, no. Yeah, I've been black, but when I come back, you no. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So, Society of Lies, you might see me again, you might not. I recently reread Razorblade Tears. I know, please stay with me. I know I talk about it all the time, but I have not reread it since the first time that I read it. And you know, I talk about it all the time. I always talk about how good it is. So I was just like, this is the perfect time, because I was in a rut a little bit. I had kind of DNF like 3 or 4 things, and I was just like, I'm trying to force myself to read things. So let me read something that I know I enjoyed and see if it holds up. It does. It does. It does, it does, it does. I was able to refresh my mind with things that I didn't remember about the story. It was still very much action-packed to me. The story was great. The setup, the finish, the middle, the end, everything was amazing to me. And yes, I still thoroughly enjoy Razorblade Tears. I won't talk about it much more because I've spoken about it a million times, but it holds up. It holds up, and I wasn't blowing hot air when all those times I was praising it, because I still love it very much. So there's that. The last one, At the Wedding. This is one I'm actually not finished with it. I have a few more chapters to go, but I wanted to talk about it now because like it's fresh and in my mind. Everybody in this book is stupid. Everybody has pissed me off. Everybody is dumb. Like, you can't trust nobody. We have a main character. His name is, what's his name, Frank? What's his name, Frank? Just like Mo, just, you know what? I ain't never met a good Frank. You can never meet a good Frank. Like Frank from Moesha, dumb. Frank in this book, dumb. Everybody, dumb. Well, stupid. What's his man name? Yeah, Frank. Frank Zatowski is shocked when his daughter Maggie calls him to let him know that she's about to get married. And it's the first time they've spoken in 3 years. He raised her as a single parent because her mom died when she was very young. And now she's getting married to this guy, and he has to go to the wedding. Let me read the synopsis again so I don't spoil anything for y'all, because obviously I know everything that's happened now for the most part. He arrives to find the wedding is at a private estate, very secluded, very luxurious, very much out of his league. It seems that Maggie fails to mention that she's marrying Aiden Gardner, the son of a famous tech billionaire. But Aiden is withdrawn and evasive. Maggie doesn't seem to have time for him, and he finds the locals are disturbingly hostile to the Gardners. Frank needs to know more about this family his daughter is marrying into, but if he pushes too hard, he could lose Maggie forever. So people come up dead. Frank trying to figure out what's going on around here. His daughter's acting funny. The groom is acting funny. The in-laws seem shady. He don't know what's going on. Let me tell you something. Frank pissed me off. Frank's sister pissed me off. Maggie pissed me off. The groom's parents pissed me off. The groom kind of pissed me off. Everybody. There's a little girl that Frank's sister is watching, like she's a foster child. She even pissed me off at times. I was like, everybody has made me want to beat their ass, and I'm over it at this point, okay? Because first, Tammy, Frank's sister, she done came here, and all of a sudden she act like she know these people her whole life. Oh, these are great people. These are cool people, Frank. What are you tripping about, Frank? These people are amazing. Don't you see? They could never do anything wrong because they're super rich, and super rich people never do bad things, Frank. What are you talking about? Like, Tammy, shut your ass up. Tammy pissed me off with a capital P. Let me tell you, Frank pissed me off too, because all he want to talk about is he worked for UPS and he did not shut up about UPS. If you say one more fucking thing about UPS, Frank, I know everybody has to work, everybody has to pay their bills, and no matter who you work for, no matter what you do, as long as it is legal, then hey, do what you gotta do. But I don't give a fuck about UPS the way you talking about it. You would think Frank has found a cure for cancer. I just needed him to shut up. I needed him to shut up about that damn job that he been there for 26 years. I don't give a damn, Frank. Please shut up. Please. And Frank is supposed to be like this everyday man, but you would think they just dropped Frank from a cloud in the sky and he had never known anything. He talks about everyday things like he just discovered them. And I understand there comes a point where maybe you don't know all the new technology, all the new phrases that people are using, whatever. You don't know the cutting edge. Frank seemed more like a buffoon than just an older, out of touch man at times. And it pissed me off. He seemed very cartoonish. And I was like, And it got to a point where I just expected the buffoonery. I expected the clownery. So yeah, we're gonna see how this ends. Like, it's not a horrible book, but it is very different from this author's last book that I read, Hidden Pictures. And also the characters were just, I don't know. I need somebody to root for. I need at least one person to like in a story. I understand that I can't read a book and expect to fall in love with everybody. That's just not how, it's not how it works. And it shouldn't be that way. But I need at least somebody to root for. And I didn't like no damn body in this book. I don't give a fuck about nobody. I don't give a, throw them all over the boat. Throw them all in the water. And just be done with every last one of them. Just be done. Also, I'm trying really hard not to buy new books. I'm doing really good. Like, I am on a book buying ban because I need to just read the books I have, or at least utilize other resources. And that also, comes at a price, no pun intended. Because I've talked about this before, like I'll use Libby to borrow audiobooks, ebooks. Ebooks I don't really care for. But then the hoes start coming in. It's be left and right. The other day I had like 8 books come in within a 2-hour time span. I was getting alert after alert on my phone. Oh, your hold is ready. Your hold is ready. Your hold is ready. I'm like, what is going on? And then some of these books, they were saying like, oh, you have a 4-week wait for it. So I wasn't expected it anytime soon, but then, oh, your library acquired 5 new copies. So you moved up in the line. Here you go. And I'm just like, oh, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. Please slow down. Savannah, slow down. Please. See? But when I buy books, I'm able to sit it upon the shelf. And it can sit for as long as I need it to. Okay? You move when I say move. But then Miss Libby coming through, stomping up in this motherfucker, telling me, get the bitch read, because you got 3 weeks. You got 3 weeks. Or we're going to snatch that hoe back. But now see, when I go back down to the bookstore and start buying books again, that's it. That's all I have for y'all in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you are not subscribed. Give the video a thumbs up. Yeah, let me know. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what y'all reading right now. What's good on y'all list? What's next on the TBR for y'all? Let me know. Okay. I'll see you in my next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.